And dreams like that are becoming a reality for normal people like, say, you and I. This is as space tourism is becoming more mainstream, should you say. Fox Weather's Marissa Torres spoke with space policy expert Greg Autry a short time ago.
Joining us now is space policy expert Greg Autry. Greg, thank you so much for being here. Love this topic. Love that this is becoming a possibility potentially for all. And all these happenings involving space tourism has to be something just about everyone has thought about. So as a policy expert, let me ask you, what's your feeling on space tourism?
Well, personally, I'm excited by it as an opening to a future where you won't just see billionaires and wealthy folks that can afford the first few rides, but you'll see, as you noted, all of us able to go. I'm going to be flying to the UK next week. It's going to cost me $640. I think just about any American could scrape that together if that was important to them. But, you know, if you looked back when the first flights were available, we called people who flew the jet set, you know, it cost an inconceivable amount of money, and it was limited to an exclusive few, and there was a lot of criticism of that. But that's the way every industry goes. So I couldn't be more excited about us all getting that overview effect that we saw the astronaut referring to a moment ago, that gives us all a new perspective of the value of the Earth and where we live.
Couldn't agree more. And I think, you know, it's so funny you talk about $600 now for a flight, but it's so funny because even Tom Hanks was joking that it cost what? 28 billion? I mean, inconceivable amount, right, to get into space. But so this past Friday, you were involved in a commercial space transportation advisory committee hearing. What new regulations are going to come about if space tourism does, in fact, become a norm?
Well, this is something the U.S. government has been thinking about for quite some time. So back in 2004, there was legislation passed, the Commercial Space Launch Act amendments, to give this industry a learning period and, in fact, keep it from being heavily regulated so that these companies could figure out what the appropriate best practices were. If we had regulated airplane flights right after the Wright brothers took off, you would probably have rules about what sort of wood and fabric were required to construct an airplane, and it would have actually made air travel more dangerous. So the key thing is to make sure that regulation doesn't occur until we understand enough about how this works to do it in a way that actually makes people safer and adds value and lets the industry innovate and drive those costs down. So that's a big discussion that's going on right now. That moratorium on regulation is scheduled to end in 2023. And if Congress should choose not to extend it, then the Federal Aviation Administration, with the advice of the ComStack, the committee that I serve on, and industry partners, will put together some rules to try to protect these spaceflight participants. There's going to be a lot of things to think about, obvious things like redundant oxygen supplies, fire suppression, and such. But the industry's working closely with government to do it well.
Right, and keep everybody safe, of course. So there has been much written about the billionaire space race, and many are critical toward what people like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk have been doing. What impact, though, do you think this new space race will have on space studies and moving forward?
It's really important to understand the value that space gives us to every day. You think a global positioning system doesn't just get us our Uber or let you play Pokemon Go. It's also probably one of the biggest carbon reduction systems in the world by making all our transportation 10 or 15% more efficient. It rescues people and saves lives every day. The communication systems we have, we wouldn't know anything about climate change, really, if we didn't have NASA and NOAA data on what's going on the Earth. Understanding what's happening on Mars and Venus gives us insights there. More access to space is going to make the world a much better place to live in so many ways.
Couldn't agree more. So much we still have to learn. And I got to ask you real quickly, would you go if offered?
Oh, yeah. I really try to encourage companies to send the first business professor to space, please.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll put in a good word for you. I'll take a good word, too. That is space policy expert Greg Autry. You're welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.